What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Me TV Reviews. I am your host, Mo, and tonight, you guys, we're going to be discussing Based on a True Story. That's right, y'all. This is season 2, episode 2, titled Control F for Murder. I hope you guys have had a wonderful week thus far, y'all. We are etching into Friday. For some of y'all, this is Black Friday shopping. I usually do a little bit better on Cyber Mondays, but to each his own. All right. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the synopsis real quick, and then we're going to get right into the episode. So the synopsis for this one is Ava tries to make new friends but gets interrogated. Matt helps Nathan stand up for himself. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and hop into it. So we start the episode where we left off with the last one, and that is Matt and Tori coming in to announce their engagement. That's right, y'all. Okay, they are enfianced. Okay, and so now Nathan was definitely expecting a different reaction from Ava because she was like, "Oh yay, this is great." I think everybody was expecting a different reaction from her actually. But she says, "No, this is cool. I'm so happy for you guys." And Matt goes on to say, I have turned over a new leaf. Honestly, I have been like, I think he said 98 days sober or something like that. And that is all thanks to you guys. I owe this all to you. Now, I know this might be a little scary, okay, because of my past history, but I am no longer like that, okay? I'm so glad that I met this beautiful woman that is now my fiance. And so she was like, "Well, I like the sound of that." And so she was like, "Yay, this is great. Family meeting. We'll be right back, Matt." So they drag her into the other room. Now the baby was crying at first, y'all. Drag her into the other room, and they're like, "What the hell are you thinking? You can't marry a serial killer." And so, y'all, I don't know if her and Matt have become intimate. They must be, because when I tell you the way that she is peenmatized, mm-hmm, y'all, she was just like, okay, he's not like that anymore. Yes, he has killed women, but keyword is killed, past tense. He doesn't do that stuff anymore, okay? And y'all wasn't saying nothing when y'all was taking advantage of his illness. Is that what we calling it? Okay. Okay. No, they weren't saying anything, but that's also in the past too. They are no longer doing the podcast. You are so close to going to law school, ma'am. You are going to law school to combat people like this. What are we doing? To prosecute folks like this in court. And so then she breaks the news to them that, y'all, she done had a change of heart. She's not even sure she wants to go to law school anymore. Well, isn't that just great? And so as they're having this conversation, Ava realizes that the baby is no longer crying. And she was like, hold on. Why don't I hear a crying baby? So they rush out, y'all. Matt has the baby. And he got him, he's just holding him. And so he was like, yeah, you should just try to keep them comfortable, keep them snuggled real tight because they like to feel a sense of security, okay? So you should do a little bit better with that. Not the serial killer giving y'all pointers on how to snuggle your baby. So Tori comes over and she just eats it all up. Oh, don't you just love your Uncle Matt? Give me my baby. So as soon as Ava take the baby back, y'all, the baby start crying. So then her and Tori, they end up going to the park, right? And so they're getting on to each other. Ava, again, is trying to emphasize how important it is for Tori to not stop her life for Matt, the serial killer. And so she was like, girl, you looking like your mama out here. Okay? You finna get ready to give up everything for this man. All you missing is some, I think what she said, peppermints in Parliament or something like that. It was something weird. And so she's telling that to Tori. Tori is comparing Ava to their mom because she says that Ava has no friends. You ain't got no friends, and that's why you act like that. See, you're dead on the inside. Okay? You need some light. You need a hobby. You need some friends. You need to do something besides worry about what I got going on with me and my serial killer boyfriend. It's in the past, girl. It's in the past. So, yes, Ava does recognize that mommyhood has kind of like anchored her down a little bit more than what she would prefer. But it is what it is. It's not going to always be like that. Okay. So, Tori had mentioned that Ava had gave up her pursuit of her own career goals and aspirations and all of that to chase Nathan around, because y'all remember Nathan was a professional tennis player. And so she was like, girl, no, you not. Okay. So then Tori was like, okay, well, prove it then. I dare you to go make a friend. Right now in this park with your Jesus sandals on and your socks. Y'all, socks with those type of sandals is a crime. Okay? If you do that, it's something wrong with you. And if you wear your people be doing that on the beach. If you do okay. Yep, I'm judging. So she got on her t-shirt and her sweatpants, her Jesus sandals, and these socks, y'all. And Tori really expects her to go find a friend in the park with this screaming baby. Okay. She was like, okay, I'll find a friend. You go back to school. It's a hot mess. So she goes over to try to make some friends. And so as she's walking through this field, y'all, she walks past this group of moms that seems completely disinterested in their kids, right? So she keeps on walking. She ends up going to this group of three, and they're talking cash money about one of the other moms, right? So then she walks up to him and she's like, hey, I'm new at this. I saw that your kids are probably like around the same age as my kid. Would you like to be friends? You want to hang out? And so I was like, okay. So then they start to ask her, just like general questions, but in her head, they're so much more intimidating than what they actually are, because she's paranoid, right? And so she ends up snapping out of it by the time they ask her how old her baby is. And she's like, oh, I got a work thing. I'm so sorry. I definitely just got a work call. I got to go. So she turns around, y'all, and she starts to run with the baby in the stroller across the grass. That one lady was like, yep, she's definitely a drug dealer, right? So then we go over to Matt. Y'all, Matt is finna get, not Matt, Nathan. Nathan is finna get ready to head to one of his tennis practice things, because y'all know he do like those private sessions with the ritzy folks. So he's gonna get ready to head to one of the sessions with the kid that he's been working with for quite some time. And here comes Matt. Now Matt says that he wants Nathan to be his sponsor. Okay. He's the only one that's probably qualified for this. He's the only one that he can really trust because he's not a serial killer. So he says, look, man, when I saw you at Humanidad, because Nathan doesn't have any confidence in him being able to step up to the plate and give Matt what is required, right? And so he was like, I don't know if I can do that. And Matt was like, man, you mean to tell me that what I saw back at Humanidad at the retreat, that was a ruse? No, I definitely saw something spark in you. And I think that you know that as well. Okay. So maybe we can work together and pull it out of each other. He's basically pepping him up. And so he don't really give him a choice to say no, though. So it's a yes. Oh, okay. You my new sponsor. So he was like, man, I missed this house. And I was like, sir, you need to be trying to find you a job, because he was like, okay, so what are we doing today? And he was like, yeah, no, we're not going to be able to do too much of that sponsor stuff today because, I got to work. I'm finna get ready to go to a session with, I think his name is, excuse me, y'all, Jaden. And so he was like, oh, correction, we're going to a session. And I was like, bro, you need to be focusing on trying to find you a job. Now, you said you want to be the best man for Tori. Okay? You got a good thing in Tori, and you want Nathan to help you continue to be that for her. You need to find you a job. You need to find you some gainful employment. Instead of just trying to do a ride along with Nathan. So he ends up hopping in the car with him. And when he gets there, now y'all know the Jada mama was like, hey, so next time you come, can you just park on the side street? I guess it's, I don't know, she don't want people to know that her son is receiving private tennis lessons or what. I mean, what's the shame in that? But either way, she don't want him parking there. And so Matt was like, man, forget what she wants. Forget what I think. What does Nathan think? And so he was like, okay, you know what? F it. I'm just going to park right here. So he goes up to the door and she was like, yeah, so I I think maybe I forgot to mention that I needed you to park on the side street. And he was like, yeah, no. Okay. It's just a car. And I believe that Malibu determines where I can park because, I mean, this is a public street. So she was like, yeah, I don't think that this is working out. I don't think that this is working out. You probably got a really long commute trying to get over here. And so he was like, please, please don't blow it up like this, okay? Don't make such a big deal out of this. And so she was like, are you insulting me by saying that this is something small and minor? I mean, it is. Why are you feeling insulted, ma'am? That's the truth. It's facts. But he was like, I should be the one that's feeling insulted because here I am trying to come and give your son some tennis lessons and you telling me to park down the street and around the corner and sneak through the back door? So she was like, yeah, no. Do you want me to put this up on the country club website? You want me to put this up on the message board? No, he doesn't. But he does have one question. Can he use your bathroom? Yeah, she ended up slamming the door in his face. Now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. When I first saw how they panned that camera back to Matt, I was like, Matt gonna end up getting rid of her. Or he gonna kind of coerce Nathan into getting rid of this lady. So, so Nathan is freaking out because he has no idea what he's gonna do. First, he got fired from the country club. Now this, like he doesn't know what he's going to tell Ava. And so Matt was like, man, she had no right to talk to you the way that she did. She was a total witchy poo. Did you see how out of date her alarm system was? And Nathan was like, no, because normal people don't notice that type of stuff. I was like, Matt, you already over there plotting, okay? So he says, man, you know what? I'm so sorry. I am really trying my hardest to get to my 100 days. I'm one day away from meeting my 100-day goal. I really, really need this. And so Nathan was like, man, I still don't know what I'm going to tell Ava. And Matt ends up telling him, hey, look, man, I have never seen you be so excited and passionate about something as I did when you were coaching Jaden, when you're talking about Jaden and how much potential you think he has, how great he can be. Because Nathan was like, I really do think that he could go far. He just needs the right tutelage, right? So he was like, I think this is your purpose. Like, this is what you're supposed to be doing right now. And if she's telling you that you can't do it, then you're going to have to find a way around it and still do for Jaden like you're supposed to. We'll see what happens. So then he ends up going home. Sorry, before he gets there, we see Ava talking to Tori. And she is telling Tori how disastrous the the meetup went with them. with the new parents, and Tori was like, "Oh, you'll find your niche after a while." And so Ava is thinking to herself, maybe she just can go through life without friends, because I mean, this last past year has been quite challenging for her. She's had to hold in so many secrets. Like she doesn't want to get close to anybody because she doesn't want to let these secrets slip that could possibly send her or somebody that she loves to jail. So she just doesn't want any friends right now, no new friends. So Tori was like, maybe you just need to find some people that are like you. Okay? Like I did with Matt. And so then she ends up saying how her and Matt are thinking about opening a Humanidad retreat. And Ava was like, girl, I'm getting off the phone. Goodbye. That's enough of that sweet stuff. So Nathan comes home and she's checking on him. And he says, I think that Matt is really serious about the sobriety thing because he asked me to be his sponsor. And so Ava was like, you told him no, of course, right? And he was like, well, I mean, the way that he was talking, it was kind of hard to tell him no. And so she's like, oh my God, you can't do that. And then he goes on to talk about how much of a witchy poo Jaden's mom was being to him today. And she was like, oh my God, but she didn't fire you, did she? And he was like, no. But she was just being really rude. Da, da, da. And she was like, okay, great, because we really need this gig. I pulled a whole bunch of strings to make this happen for you. So we just want to make sure that we stay on her good side, because if not, it could be really bad. So she ends up rolling over. Oh, she asked him if Jaden is ready for his match. And he was like, yeah, he's getting there. She rolls over and she goes to sleep. Now he's still thinking about it. All right. So the next day, him and Matt end up going to the country club, and Jaden is there with his mom. And she's also there with Jean Michael or Michael Jean or something like that. The guy that they had hired from the last season that took over his title because he was the hot guy, right? And the country club moms and women wanted to bang him, right? Hell, some of the men too, probably. So he's over there talking to the mom, and the mom was like, oh, this is pathetic. And he shoots his shot to try to win Jaden back. And she was like, oh, actually, we've already hired somebody else. And Jaden was like, girl, I want Nathan. Now, I done sat by quietly while you sit up here and mess around with my tennis instructors. You messed with the last two before him, and now you wanted to hire this guy because you probably wanted to screw him too. And so Nathan was like, so you just gonna bypass me and my hot looks? Don't feel too offended, Nathan. So he was like, no, I want Nathan, okay? And if you don't give me Nathan, then I'm just gonna blow up your spot. That's it. And so she was like, all right, Nathan, you can stay under one condition: my son wins. So now the pressure is on. Okay. So Ava ends up going back to the friend group that she left yesterday, and she's brought goodies. Who doesn't love a good snack, a good pastry? I do. So she's offering up the goods, and they were like, oh, okay, where'd you get these from? Did you bake them or did you buy them? And she was like, oh, no, I definitely bought them. I'm too busy. And so they was like, oh, okay, how did the work thing go yesterday? And she was like, oh, what work thing? And it was like, you told us that you had a work emergency yesterday. And she was like, oh, yeah, there was a plumbing issue. Nope, you know what? She had a flashback of Matt, and she changed the story real fast. And she was like, oh, it was a foundation issue. And so the one girl caught her up, and she was like, hold on, wait a minute. Didn't you just tell us that it was a plumbing issue? Why would you say that if it wasn't? So y'all, the lights are coming in on her again because she feel like she getting interrogated. She done started sweating and everything. And then this lady comes over, and she was like, hey, girl, there you go. I've been looking for you because you owe me some money. And so she goes along with it. And once they get away from the group, she was like, "Do I know you?" And she was like, "No, girl, but I saw you over there. You was scrambling and you was looking real nervous. So I figured I'd come save you from them nosy witches." All right. And I'm thinking like, yeah, these people definitely think she sell drugs at this point. Because she done left twice. Now it's time for Jaden to have his tennis match. And he is feeling hella nervous because Nathan's job is on the line. You heard his mama. If he don't win, then Nathan can't stay. And so he's like, man, if I don't win, then you're out of a job. And Nathan was like, hold on, wait a minute. How poor do you think I am? And he was like, well, you do drive a Jeep. I was like, damn, so is a Jeep a low budget car now? I'm confused. Okay. So he feels all of the pressure mounting. He just doesn't feel like he's going to do a good job with his mom. And Nathan ends up giving him this long roundabout story about his dad, basically telling him that he had cancer before a big tennis match that he was scheduled to play in. Now, if he wins the tennis match, or the tennis tournament, excuse me, he was going to win $15,000. So his dad told him that he had cancer right before the match. And if Nathan didn't win, he wouldn't have enough money to receive chemo or continue chemo treatments. And so Nathan said that he got out there and he won every single match just for his daddy to tell him after he won the tournament that he didn't have cancer. But the reason that he said that was because he didn't think Nathan had his head in the game and he wanted him to win. I was like, what type of, no, that's some bad juju that you putting out there for yourself. Why would you do that? And why would you subject your child to that? But that's not the point. Now, Nathan said that as he grew up, he understood that his dad was only doing what was best for him and not what was best for Nathan. And he doesn't want to live his life like that. Okay. What he really wants out of life is to be proud of himself again. Live a life that he's proud of again. Now, what do you want? What do you want, Jaden? And he was like, I want to win. And Matt was like, hell yeah, you want to win. But again, he's no good if his mom's eyes are on him while he's playing. And so Matt was like, oh, okay, that's a quick fix. I'll get rid of her. And so Jaden was like, okay. And Nathan was like, oh, hell no. You not finna kill this lady. Y'all, what is Matt finna do? Do y'all really think that he finna take this lady out? He's so close to 100 days. So Jaden makes mention that he's glad that Matt got rid of his mom for him. And as soon as he says that, y'all, Nathan goes to the deepest, darkest place in his brain of Matt literally getting rid of this lady, okay? Slit her throat and the blood splatters all over everybody else that's kind of like behind the both of them. It's really dramatic. We hear the opera music playing. It's a mess. It's very messy. And so he was like, you know what? Let's go out there. You play your game. Knock 'em dead, kid. And he does good, y'all. Does good. Now, he's winning these matches as Nathan is watching. And it's 40-15. And this is match point. So we can tell that Jaden is getting nervous. He looks over at Nathan. Nathan gives him the nod like, man, you got this. Just go ahead and finish it. Y'all, Jaden was like, F my mom. He threw that ball up and he aced the last point, y'all. So, of course, Jaden wins. Nathan is ecstatic, super excited. Now, Jaden is happy because he's won this tournament. Nathan still has a job. Yay, now he can't wait to tell his mom. Where is she, by the way? So they're looking around for y'all. Nathan starts to get nervous, and then here comes Matt. Matt done came back down with the mama, And so then she congratulates him and all of that. And Nathan was like, man, I thought that you had really took her out. And he was like, I really was finna get ready to do that. And then we get the playback. Now, earlier in the episode, I didn't mention that after Matt had kind of forced Nathan into being his sponsor, he gave him a couple of triggers that set him off. One being beautiful women disregarding him or belittling him, being ignored, and then him hearing Rick Springsteen's voice, Springfield's voice, the guy who sings Jesse's Girl. Okay, so he said, you know what, I decided to go ahead and take her for a bite to eat because I figured if she had food in her mouth, then that would keep her from talking and saying something potentially that would make me want to kill her, right? But when he went to go take her to get something to eat, she started complaining about the drink and who was making it and this, that, and the third. And so he's hearing that. He's looking at her neck. They're playing Jesse's Girl on the overhead speaker. He's getting pissed. Now, he was trying to talk to her at first. She completely ignored him, called him the wrong name, and all of that, right? So all of his triggers are happening all at once. He sees a knife kind of just like off in some piece of food that he could probably use to slice her open. But he decided against it. Okay. He did. He did good. He was so close. Okay. But thank you for wanting to stay sober. Okay. So he brought her back safely. No issues. Now they can go home and celebrate. Now, as he's at this tournament, Ava is out with her new bestie and they're sitting down for drinks and some nachos, right? And so they're talking and the girl is basically like, yeah, them people was my friends before I had friends because, you know, I didn't know anybody either or whatever. And they claim that they want to be your friend, but really all they're doing is just like picking at you, trying to see what information they can get from you, okay? Just so they can use that against you later. They're not really your friends. They're just messy boots. So they start talking a little bit more, and Ava is very thankful and grateful that old girl has come to her rescue. And she's like, you know what? Can I ask you a serious question? Um, do you feel like you're a bad mom sometimes? And she was like, of course. Yes, okay. But yeah, it's gotten better with the second kid, okay? Or she asked her, does she think that she's a good mom? And she was like, oh, hell no. But it's gotten better with this second kid now. Apparently her first kid is by her ex, who is a douchebag, okay? But this second kid, she's gaining some footing. And so Ava was like, okay, good girl. I'm so glad that you said that because I am really losing confidence in myself at this mom thing. Okay, so kudos to just being okay moms. So they toast to that. They have a really good time, y'all. She's got a new best friend. So then everybody comes back to the house later on that night to celebrate Nathan and Jaden's win. Oh, before that, y'all, while he was telling Nathan what was happening with old girl, when he was thinking about really taking her out, he mentions that when he looked at Nathan when they were coming down the stairs, Nathan kind of looked disappointed that he came back with her. Like he almost wanted to have Matt really take her out and was disappointed that he didn't do it. And so Nathan was like, what are you talking about? You ain't talking about me. I didn't think that. And he was like, I could have sworn I saw disappointment in your face. And he was like, nah, not me. And I was like, yeah, Nathan, you probably were disappointed. Y'all, Nathan is going to turn into Matt. Watch and see what I tell you. So, um, so then they end up going back to the house to celebrate the victory. And also celebrate the fact that Matt is 100 days sober. And that Tori went to school and that Ava has met a new friend. So this is congratulations all the way around. Now, Tori ended up having a really good day at school and she was like, girl, don't tell me I told you so. Okay. Now, Matt is like, girl, I am so glad that you decided to go to school. You are going to be great at this. So then they congratulate him, and it's just a love fest all around. Okay. This may not be so bad. That is until 5 hours later. Y'all, why is Ava's new best friend on the homicide unit for the local precinct? Why is she at a crime scene for the lady that bumped into Matt and Nathan earlier when they were walking to the country club? That lady is dead on her floor, and she's a brunette. Matches the West Side Rippers MO. She was like, yep, he's back. And that's the way the episode ends. I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a really good season. Bestie is a brunette too. So what's happening here? Girl, you better watch your back. You better watch your back. What do y'all think is going to happen? First off, who do you think did it? Do you think Matt did it, or do you think Nathan did it? Hmm? Now, Nathan was there the entire time. They were together, right? So maybe this had to be somebody else. I don't know, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it, okay? You can reach me at Me and You TV Reviews on Facebook and on Instagram. You can also, or Instagram rather. You can also reach me at My TV Reviews Podcast without the S on the end at gmail.com. Oh my gosh. This is going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. But I am so ready for this ride. Okay, y'all. That's all I have for now. If you have any show recommendations, please send them my way. Okay. High Potential has taken a break. I don't think they're coming back until January. Matlock and Elsbeth are coming back in a couple of weeks. Yeah. I think it may be coming back next week, actually. We'll see. My birthday's coming up, y'all. So I may take some time for myself. And I'm doing something really nice for myself, y'all. But I'll tell y'all after it happens. I just want to make sure it happens first before I tell y'all, because I'm so excited. But that's it, y'all. I love y'all. Please stay safe out there. And until we meet over the airwaves again, I am Mo, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.